स्वागत है। Yes, he's there. Hi, Karan. Hi, good morning.
Hello.
Karan, unmute yourself. Unmute
morning.
yourself, Karan.
Morning, ma'am. Yeah, morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you? क्या हालचाल है करण?
All well, ma'am. All well. Sorry, वो mute पे था.
नहीं, it's okay. अभी हमारे साथ शुभम है, who joined North Spark, I think so, after you left. So you all
Okay.
can just introduce yourselves before we go ahead with the recording, or I think he has already started recording. He is too professional now. So have a word, informal word with Shubham.
Hello, hello Karan. I'm here, like right now I'm in TMWD, but was a part of NSTC earlier.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Yes. So let's start.
So how long you been associated with Toastmasters?
What? Pardon?
Shubham, how long have you been associated with Toastmasters?
I joined in December.
Acha, December. Nah, not been regular. Yeah, I've been guilty of not being regular for almost a year now. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I've been associated for almost 1.5 years, but from 2017 to 18, I would say.
That's awesome.
But then only it's a guest appearances sometimes on special occasions.
Achha, you were there just for 1 year? I never knew.
I was there for from 2017. Only time they made me part of an EC, I was there. Every time I lose an election,
I remember.
every time I lose an election, I'll forfeit my seat as a member as well. So it was a precondition that I have to be part of an EC. On serious note,
Okay, so should we start?
Ma'am, as you feel like, I'm okay.
Correct? Start kare,
Yes.
Shubham?
Yes.
So any other person has to join?
No. It's only you who is our guest, and then we are going to share this with the others. Okay?
Okay. Sure.
So good morning, all of you. Today I Shubham, the member of Special Wow series. So we are having a guest in the Meet the Champion series of ours. He is none other than a corporate lawyer, Toastmaster, and one of the Toastmasters also, Karan Shahi, with us. And for taking his interview, we are having the dynamic personality, the inspiration of many junior Toastmasters. She is none other than distinguished Toastmaster, DTM Richa.
Thank you, Shubham, for the lovely introduction, and most welcome, Karan Shahi. I have always seen you on the stage. I have always seen you jumping, and you are always full of energy. And who is responsible for making us laugh every time? So, most welcome in the series of Meet the Champions. As you know, that champion is somebody who always wins. But is it necessary to always be a winner? What are your views about it, Karan?
Ma'am, it's not always possible to win, but you always have an aspiration to winning it every time. Like every time you go for whether be a court case or whether be a speech competition, your endeavor should be that you win it every time. You may win it or not, that's secondary thing, but your goal should be like you need to strive for the first position.
Wow.
That's my view.
Excellent. I also personally believe in that we should give our best and leave the rest. At the same time, sometimes it is necessary to lose also. Sometimes we feel कि नहीं, जो हमारे साथ में है उसका जीतना हमारे से ज्यादा जरूरी है, तो भी हमें at times हार जाना चाहिए, अगर उस हार में आपको खुशी मिलती है तो. What are your views? Yes, Karan, what are your views about it? कि अगर उस हार में आपको खुशी
I
मिलती
couldn't
है.
get your question. There were some issues with.
Okay, no worries. I said that at times हमें हारने में ज्यादा खुशी मिलती है, जब हमारे जो साथ होता है, अगर हमें लगता है उसका जीतना जरूरी है, तो हम जानबूझ के भी हार जाते हैं. उसके बारे में आपका क्या विचार है?
हार के जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं. But I don't know it's true in a corporate world or not. If you specifically asking for a corporate world, because it's a survival of fittest kind of a world. So even if you give an opportunity for others to win, they'll leash on that opportunity and try to pull you down. So you need to that thought of yours is a very noble thought, but how relevant in the real context one has to evaluate and see, because it's all about covering your risk, because one may perceive that you are not efficient anymore, or you're giving other one as other person opportunity for winning, so your hunger for success has reduced. So it completely boils down to perception or the situation and circumstances. I would not say you put the success on platter, because the very definition of success gets defeated. The charm of defeating a competitor gets defeated. If there is no competition out there, you're just putting it on platter for some competitor, then there is no fun out there. Who wants to win against Ireland? Everyone wants to win against Australia or South Africa. So and that's the joy basically. You don't celebrate an innings win against Bangladesh, but you does if you win in Australia, you tend to celebrate it. So nobody gives you on platter on real life. But that's my personal opinion.
Excellent. Wow. It's always a pleasure to hear your views, because, as you said, there's always a survival of the fittest. And we
Right.
must is relating to your professional thing. Uh,
Right.
how do you differentiate between a person who is a CS from a person who is a CA? How
Uh,
do you differ?
Man, to be very honest, all these qualifications are more of an ego booster for you. What matters is the skills you have. Like I've seen a lot of company secretaries as well who do the work of chartered accountants. So it's completely dependent upon the skills a person has. So at the end of the day, it becomes once you acquire an experience working in say corporation, so then it becomes a very thin line of operation. Whether it's a CA or a CS, it hardly matters. But normally, if you go with the curriculum course as such, then the CA course is much wide in terms of scope, because it includes finance, taxation in its curriculum. So people are more equipped with wide domains. On the contrary, for the company secretary course, it's a very good course, but it is focused on a different niche itself. Like it's focused on laws like related to corporate laws, labor laws, FEMA. So it's a very comprehensive course on law. So it altogether is like comparing apples with pears. Both the courses have its own advantage, but if you're looking from a global perspective, then I would say CA has a much wider approach, because it has partnership with other international bodies as well. On the contrary, CS bodies is also trying to have those partnerships, but the problem they face is they don't have the same law in other countries. So for every jurisdiction, you have to go through that exam again. So that becomes a
Okay,
constraint.
fine. I remember there was a time when I also enrolled for chartered accountant, and at the same time, because of my peer pressure, I filled up the form for ICWA. And then there was another gang who was pushing me that, ma'am, why don't you go ahead for CS also? I said, oh
Hmm.
God, that's too much. So,
Right.
what would you like to say to the youngsters? What advice would you like to give? Because I'm sure what happened with me at that time, even I suffered. So I don't want people to suffer. So what advice would you like to give to the youngsters if the same kind of thing happens with them? Karan, I hope you are there, audible.
So, Richa, I'm in company is coming. She asked you.
Yes, Karan. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am. You are audible, ma'am. Now.
Okay, you want me to repeat the question?
It would be better, ma'am. I could only understand a few.
Sure, sure. See, I just said,
Your
I,
video is off, ma'am.
yeah, I just said that there was a time when even I thought that I should fill up a form for pursuing chartered accountancy. And then, because of the peer pressure, I filled up the form for ICWA also, because this is what my friends told me. And there was another set of friends who wanted to push me further to fill up the form for CS also. So, what are
Correct.
your views about it? What would you like to advise to the youngsters if the same kind of situation happens with them?
I have gone through the very same situation. Like I've been guilty of pursuing all these three courses, CA, CS, and law, and also did BCom honors. So I advise don't waste your time. Better learn some practical skills like go for golf. It may help you, or maybe learn digital marketing as a skill or a public speaking as a skill, rather than acquiring same qualifications, or there is an overlap between all these courses. So why will you tend to learn over in your course of job all these skills? So try to acquire different skill from your core domain, so you will have a much broader perspective of about the life, as well as your personality would be much more interesting. What's the fun of repeating the same thing, and just for the purpose of boosting your ego, you keep on adding on your resume and all those things. So and these days there are many people who have ample number of degrees. Degree doesn't matter at the end of the day. What matters is the skills you have, what contribution you can do to your employer, immediate employer. How can you make his life easy? He doesn't care whether you're a chartered or a company secretary, or you are even given a doctorate. What he matters is how can you help him in his job, him or her in the job. So that's the objective. And what the person means, if a person is very passionate about accounting, then what's the fun of doing a law? Or if he wants to appear in court, then what's the fun of doing a CS? Or means you can specialize if you want, but first one needs to have a clarity. Like I was guilty, I didn't have the clarity back then. So if one has a clarity what he intends doing, if he wants to be in a court practice, then yes, CS could be a great option. CA, if he wants to be in a tax practice, then CA and law could be a good combination. But why do a CWA? It's not going to. If anyone wishes to enter in finance, then CFA and MBA is a much better option. So one needs to see what courses can provide you and what job prospects he would have after, and all the information is on public domain. So he doesn't has to follow all those courses to be successful.
I understand. I personally feel that is where the role of a mentorship really helps. You know, I started working when I was in class 10, and people always get surprised that you have got a rich experience. How did you manage? And I was the youngest person who topped in Dehradun in my own city, and I won lot of awards. So it's like I think this particular phase every person enters,
Very
and
true.
that is why we say that you must have a mentor, you must have somebody who can guide you, because
True.
as I said, I started working when I was in class 10. While waiting for the result, I thought, why to sit idle at home? So I started working as a student counselor. I used to work
Right.
on Sundays, I used to give tuitions, and this is how everybody grows gradually. So, as
Correct.
you also pointed out, you can easily fill up these two forms while doing your BCom. If
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
one thing you can pursue on distance basis and the other on a regular basis. You know, if
True.
somehow you can manage both the things. So,
Right.
what are your views if I ask you about the startups? They are mushrooming these days. So, what do you have to say about startups?
They have been mushrooming for almost a decade now, ma'am. The culture started from 2008 financial crisis, when the like necessity is the mother of invention. when there is no jobs in the market, so the people were forced to follow their passion on various things. Every skill they had, they wanted to venture it out. In India, startup culture started, like hip hop culture of startup started in around 2011 and 12. Like I remember, during those days I was in college, I also had I was involved in 2 3 startups, but most of these startups have a natural death. They don't end up surviving. They lose money, they'll burn cash, and the reason you also highlighted is due to mentorship. Like when I started my startup, I had no clue what this tech was all about, or others. Like I was aware of my key domain, which was related to finance and legal, but I had no clue how important the technology was, the ability to hire or see through other people, how efficient a other person can be. So like because of that lacuna in the team or team building, my startup could not survive. Like first two startup was a complete failure altogether. So so startup in these days, like particularly if you talk about COVID times, they are going through a very rough period. They don't have the cash to survive for another 6 months, like if the situation goes this way. But it also depends upon the area and domain they are operating. But other than that, if you are in travel tourism, they are going through a very, very rough patch. So
In corporate law as one of the subject, what are the opportunities for them?
corporate law is a very safe very good area to practice, and because as the corporates increases the requirement for professional, there's obvious requirement for professional. Like I am particularly dealing in restructuring work. Like I call myself a corporate surgeon. When you are in a distress or you require some planning out there with regard to finances or remanagement, realigning of your company's operations, then we help in through various complex transactions like merger, demerger, slum sale. So corporate, like there are a lot of law firms out there, uh, and there are a lot of openings in this area. So it becomes a good area for, because it's a safe venue. Like unlike startups, you don't know whether you will get your venture would be successful or not, because for every one Flipkart or one Instagram, there are millions of Insta shit. So, but for a corporate law, you have a safety and a security. Like, okay, I'll earn this much, and it's a decent amount of pay, I would say. Like as you move the corporate ladder, your pay would increase.
So what is the roughly starting figure if a person pursues his career as a corporate lawyer?
It depends upon the law firm, ma'am. If you are working in a law firm, then as the starting would be around 50K, I would say, like 50K per month. So it will boil close to 6 lakhs, and it increases gradually according to your skills and how are you able to contribute. In industry also, like if you are there is a combo of CS and a lawyer, uh, roughly this salary he gets a 50K easily.
Okay. You have been a volunteer at so many places. So what do
Right.
you personally feel about this volunteering? Does it really help a person in growing?
I did most of the volunteering during my college days, because as a part, like I was part of ECell over there. Like I had been part of Rotary, so it feels good. You tend to meet. It sometimes it becomes more of a networking session as well. You tend to learn from a lot of people which are not from your core domain. So it gives you an indirect opportunity to interact with those people. Otherwise, you end up meeting those same old people which has the same psyche. So it's always fascinating. Like I always, every time I go to Toastmasters, just to have a break from what I normally hear from my office colleagues or others, because they talk about life or a meditation or could be upon motivation. So you could use all these skills, and when you strike the conversation with your friends only, they say this guy is much more knowledgeable. So it's good to have like experiences you can get only when you do volunteering or you meet different people. You will have different you can share different experiences. So it's always good to meet people, and it's possible through volunteering.
What do you feel are the three things that we should prepare ourselves if we want to be a TEDx speaker?
Okay, like I during my college days, I was involved in the TEDx, organizing TEDx. So they have a very stringent criteria, like how you are organizing with them. Uh, so you cannot publicize about your. So you need to like I was part of an organizing committee back then. So we had to adhere as an OC. We had to adhere to a lot of conditions. But as a speaker, we see ki what novelty you have as a speaker. Like I normally say a phrase called purple cow. So imagine there is a cow on the road, you would not notice it. But had the color of that cow been a purple, you will start noticing that. So the thing is, what we look for a speaker is a story, something that attracts people, something which is exciting, something which is interesting to share. Because we, at the end of the day, also want there should be an audience for our viewers as well. Like so some for the event to be successful, so our objective is something captivating story which can attract more people. That's what we look for as people.
Do you feel that communication skills are necessary if you are working as an advocate or a corporate lawyer? Do you think it really helps you somewhere? Communication skills, presentation skills?
It's really important, ma'am. There is no two thoughts on it. Like I don't even have a single iota of doubt. These presentation skills. Like I am in a restructuring department, so we normally have to give a promoter presentations and other presentations. So it becomes relevant. But if suppose if it's completely a desk job wherein you have to just do an agreements, so there you can say you can still bypass it, but most of the lawyers who are particularly working in a litigation or even in the corporate side or facing a client, so they are expected to have a very good communications, and accordingly your pay scale would differ. So if you are not very comfortable as a lawyer or as in any professional, if you are a relationship manager in a bank or if you are a MBA guy or a product manager, so a person who has a good communication skills is always in a much more advantageous position than the person who is not having. So there is no true thoughts on this question.
What are the challenges that a person is facing if a person is in the same field, corporate lawyer, because of this lockdown 2020? What are the challenges?
The challenges are the uncertainty, ma'am. The uncertainty has become way too much. Like we don't know what would be happening in the future because since you'll appreciate due to lockdown, most of the industry is not working. We are as good as the industries are. So if industries are not working, they would not outsource you any work, or the work allocation or the transactions would be limited to the basic necessity. So we make sure in this period should be should be considered as an abnormal period, and all the decisions should not be based on this COVID situation because it's a one-off event, I would say. So one can simply write it off, but otherwise it's a very tough period for any law firm or an accounting firm or a finance firm. It's a very difficult period.
Okay, now we are going to have a rapid fire round for you.
Sure, ma'am.
Are you ready?
Sure, ma'am. I'm always ready.
So that means you will not get time to think. You just need to answer like this. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Whatever I speak, whether it is logical or illogical, whatever comes in your mind, you'll just speak out. Fine?
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Toastmasters,
Interesting.
volunteering,
Necessity.
money,
Important.
love,
I means okay. Necessary.
okay, money,
Money is essential. You
water,
asking if water is required.
life,
One has to go through it.
Challenges?
Part and parcel of your life.
Table topic in Toastmasters?
I used to be a winner every time I go there.
For me, you will always be a winner. Thanks a lot for sparing your valuable time. And my aim was to see you smiling and rocking like you just did in the last 3-4 seconds. Now I would leave it to Shubham. Shubham, would you like to ask some questions from the star of ours?
Yes, sure, ma'am. I
Please
had
go.
like many like doubts which he has cleared in his speech, but one doubt is I'm having like same option of like my friends are saying the finance is good, finance has more money, but my interest is little towards marketing. And like you said, I love digital marketing also, and
Right.
networking I just love. I am like I'll attend the meeting of D2 Toastmaster, this Toastmaster,
Right.
DOTM Toastmaster, and different Toastmasters. So yes, my one thing would be, should I venture out finance like you said in your speech?
Right. What with regard to finance, you wish to pursue some course in finance, or you want to go for an MBA? You can do an MBA finance. Rather than
MBA.
MBA finance, you can
MBA.
do MBA marketing. MBA marketing, you can take it as an option.
So it has like a scope. I want to just ask you.
See, like everything going digital, like I can talk about digital marketing because I've been closely associated with a lot of startups. So digital marketing does has a lot of scope because as more and companies going digital. So even if you see for e-commerce, or if you're looking for any legal services who intends going digital, so they require someone who can help them make their content viral, or make sure that the audience, the reach of their content is much wider. So therein these professionals, digital professional, can play a very important role through SEOs, SEMs, Google Analytics, Facebook marketing, LinkedIn content marketing. So you guys are the professional in this. You can guide a client what is the best strategy based on the content you are framing, and how can you optimize it. Like I was involved with a digital based startup. So we had the problem, like we had like budget was a constraint. So in the limited budget constraint, our objective was to have the maximum reach. So how can we have organic reach for our content? Is it solely possible through Facebook? Facebook is dead now. So LinkedIn is a good option. So those metrics and those you are the professional in this area. Yeah, you intend to be a professional in this area. So it has a very good option, and this skill you can practice in any part. Like since work from home would be a norm now, no more an exception. So even the best companies can hire from person sitting in, say, Vietnam, or from Delhi, or Pakistan, or from any developing country for that matter. They don't have to be in Silicon Valley to hire the best of digital marketers. So now the world is much more, the options for it as a digital marketer is much more higher compared to, I would say, a finance guy. There are already too many. Like this could be because end up meeting more finance guy than a digital marketer. That could be another thing. But normally, I would say the scope is much wider for you guys because it's a skill which can be used in any part of the world. All you need to know is the language and the tools.
Sure, sure. I'll be like venturing out a lot. That's it from my side. Over to you, ma'am. Only one question from sir.
Okay, thanks a lot, Karan, once again for being on our Meet the Champion series, and looking forward to have you again for another question answer round. Okay,
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
thanks a
Anytime.
lot. Thank
Thank you
you.
very
Bye
much,
bye.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.